You probably have heard the term AI agents. They're not just a chatbot, they're not just a tool, they're a worker, an agent. But here's the insider information. All agents are not created equal. And if you're working in AI and you don't know the difference, then you're building on sand. Some are brittle and set to fail when faced with real world problems. Others operate like a digital CEO. Today, we'll do something a little bit fun and run through the AI agent tier list. All right, here's the setup. Now, when I was thinking about doing this, I thought, what better way of ranking a technology that was that came of age in the 2020s, but via a tier list. So now, when I am talking about agents, I'm not talking about a brand of agents that you can find on your ex-favorite cloud system. I'm talking about the design of the agents that are being used in a particular piece of software. And really, on a software that you might be using, there might be more than one type. But what you'll learn from going through this is that you understand why sometimes the agents don't perform as well as others. So starting from the bottom, we have the follower droids, then the young Padawans on C tier, and going up, we've got the toolmaster on A tier, and then the big boss, the Hive Mind, on the top tier. As we go through the tiers, you'll understand why they've been named as such and the little descriptors at the bottom. Now, to provide a better example of going through the agent's characteristic, we'll apply the same test to all the agents as we go through the tiers. So let's go and take a look at the test, shall we? So here, imagine that at 2 a.m. you've been buzzed on your pager, your e-commerce site is down, and you're getting reports from customers that they're furious. There's payment failures throughout your entire website. So you're losing money by the minute. So you need to get this solved fairly quickly. Unfortunately, you can't actually work out what's going on because the internal monitoring dashboard it's all green, so there is no problem. So you send out your agent, and their job is to find the root cause and propose a fix. So let's now put our agents through the paces and see how each of them go. So the first off, as I said, will be the D tier, the brittle follower droid. Okay, starting at the D tier. Now, an AI agent is more than just a chat system where you type in a question and it replies with a text answer. It actually performs a task for you. And the more complicated a task is, it usually involves more different steps or processes it needs to go through. Now, the way we have ranked our tier list is by how well a agent type is able to perform more complex tasks successfully. Now, at the base level with the D tier, we have a system using a DAG, or a directed acyclic graph. That's just another way of saying that it goes through a checklist and it follows from the start, the initiation, and goes through step 1, step 2, step 3 until it completes its task, but in this set order, not changing it and not looping back. The usefulness of a DAG is that it guarantees the precedence before it actually goes to the next step. That's pretty important if you think about it, because like say you were going out and have to put on your shoes, you have to put on your socks first before you put on your shoes. If you get that other way around, it might be a bit of an issue. Now, a DAG, that concept has been around for a long time, since the 1980s. As a matter of fact, it was brought into software engineering with projects like Apache Airflow with workflow DAGs in 2015. But it was really popularized with the use of AI agents by projects such as langchain, langgraph around 2023, and the implementation of it, as I said, is just like we plan it and then it executes the straight flow. Now, but therein lies the weakness, because it is quite brittle in terms that it requires any situation to guarantee that you have step 1, step 2, and step 3 to be able to form perfectly, like your happy flow. Anything that breaks that will cause problems. And as well as we all know, in real life, nothing ever comes to plan. So if we now go to our sample test scenario for our AI agents, we'll see what could potentially happen. All right, so with the D tier follow droid, it's put out a plan. It wants to check its logs, test the payment system, checks the database, and then reports a fix. In a perfect world, we'll be able to do that. But let's say in a real life situation, it reaches step 1, it checks the logs, but then something goes wrong. And step 2, the payment system, the API times out and there's no response, in which case the plan collapses. There's no fallback and there's no replanning, there's no recovery from this flow. Step 3 and 4 is never executed, and so it's failed in its mission. That means that there needs to be a better way. So as you see in this diagram, we see that the D tier fails in step 2. What really we should have is an ability for the system to be able to, say, plan its workflow, act on it, and then observe what might be wrong, and then replan.
The date is 18th of November 2025. We're just before the launch of Google Gemini 3.0, and in the markets right now, there's talk of an AI bubble. If you go out on Main Street right now, if you ask the person on the street about AI, they'll say ChatGPT. Whether or not you like AI, whether or not you believe in AI, whether or not you think AI is just about bubble, what is very true is that we are all on a journey to face this monumentous change in our society because of a new technology. What I would like to do with this channel is to go on a journey and learn and inform about what's happening so we can build a future that will be beneficial for everyone. I'll finish this series of videos going through the tier, moving from the C tier list and onwards, and then hopefully, if you like what I've been doing, do more. My name is Will, I work in AI, and I'll speak to you soon.